Yo, what's good everybody? It's your boy Eddie here and welcome back to the channel, and I hope you all are having a wonderful day. And for today's video, we have a very special release and probably one of the most controversial releases in recent memory. And that is none other than the Nike SB Dunk Low Concepts in the Orange Lobster colorway. And guys, I have to say I am really blessed, really lucky to even have these shoes in my hands right now, because as you guys may have seen, it was extremely botched. No manual people could get through. I think I probably seen only 5 manual releases overall. That means across my Discord groups, Twitter, Instagram, and all that type of stuff. Only like 5 people I saw. And all the people that I know that ran bots, people were running up like 20 pairs of like concept dunks, and it is unfortunate for the regular consumers like me and like you who's watching this video, but you know, it is what it is on that. And the way that I was actually able to get this pair is through an NFT. And guys, I really wanted to start talking about NFTs earlier this year, but as you guys have seen in the crypto market and how that has like basically plummeted, there are still some NFTs and cryptos that are like doing like okay, but overall I don't want to speak about something that I may inspire you guys to buy and then it may make you lose a lot of money, because that's personally what happened to me. I've lost a lot of money personally in the crypto market, but I still believe in it, and that's why I'm just like holding everything that I have, and I'm just buying into the big players. Like how you would invest in a stock market when you're a beginner, at least, you would invest in the big players like the Microsofts, the Apples, the Nvidias, freaking Tesla, and all those type of things. So I personally am investing in like the Nike NFT company, which is Artifact, and you know, I invested in Concepts personally because I do believe in Concepts overall. I do think that this release method was like pretty like unfair and crappy to most people, because even when they canceled pairs and did the raffling, a couple people were able to make it through, but bots really ran up that raffle because I wasn't even able to enter the raffle. So due to the fact that I did own a Concepts NFT, we were able to get a chance within that Discord group to enter for the raffle. And you know, if you were a verified owner of that NFT, I think there's only 1996 available NFTs to everybody, and if you were part of that 1996, you had a chance. But even then, it was kind of hard, because if you were in the Discord group and you was trying to like press that ticketing method, it just didn't work. Like it took me 3 hours to submit my ticket. But as I said, like to the Discord people and everybody in there, like just, you know, I was grateful to even have a chance to enter fairly, because on the regular public general raffle for Concepts, it was impossible to get your raffle entry in. So again, huge shout out to the Concepts Discord, the Concepts NFT, proof of concepts. You know, I'm happy that I invested, and you know, luckily it worked out for me, but for a lot of people it didn't. So, you know, it is what it is on that. So now guys, when refocusing on this pair, I'm going to talk about the history of the shoe. So as you guys may or may not know, Concepts have been doing this lobster dunk thing since 2008. They originally released a red pair, then followed that up the next year with a blue pair. Then about 9-10 years later in 2018, they did the green and purple pairs, and that was basically used to mix up the red and blue pair, which made the purple pair. And then when you mix up the blue and Friends and Family yellow pair, you got the green pair. So that's kind of the history behind those shoes. And this pair specifically was inspired by surrealism art, and more specifically Salvador Dali, who was a surrealist artist. And they did this surrealist twist to the concept dunks by bridging the gap between art, fashion, luxury, and unconventional creativity. So just to add a note to what surrealism is, by definition, it is a cultural movement that developed in Europe in the aftermath of World War I, in which artists depicted unnerving, illogical scenes and developed techniques to allow the unconscious mind to express itself. So I think that this was really dope that Concepts was able to add a surrealist twist to the shoe, because if you understand the dunk lineage, or if you understand Concepts as a whole, it was created in 1996 in Cambridge, Massachusetts. And if you know some history about Massachusetts as it is part of the New England area. And if you guys are familiar with the New England culture, you would also know that seafood is like a big thing there. So like their New England clam chowder, their big lobsters, and just a lot of different seafood twists. And that red crustacean shell that the lobsters have is exactly what inspired the original red lobster dunk. So it's really fire to see that that red crustacean shell inspiration has now evolved into that surrealism art. Like that's really dope in my opinion. So that's gonna conclude the history of the shoe. So now let's go into the box details. And if I didn't mention earlier, the NFTW was for the special edition box, not the standard edition. So we do have that nice big Concepts lobster right there, and that is actually a Salvador Dali art piece from a long time ago. So if you actually look at the words right here, it does say Salvador Dali lobster telephone 1938, and that means that this art piece was actually created almost 100 years ago. And that's cool that Concepts was able to use this as an inspiration. What I also like about this box is the fact that we do have that gold framing around the picture. So if you guys didn't notice, to me it is definitely very familiar with the Watch the Throne frame. So if you guys seen the album cover, it has this kind of golden art details, and I think that's really dope. Then when we look into the back of the box details, you can see that we do have that Concepts logo, which is really small right there. And then when we actually turn the box flat, you can see that we have a sticker tag right there, and it has a QR code and it reads as Nike SB Dunk Low B 2002 size 8.5 lobster shoe 2022. It says mixed media, and then it says a collection of Concepts International, and then it just has like a SKU code, I believe, right there. And that's pretty much gonna conclude what's in this box detail. I already took everything out of the box, so what's inside is empty. So now let's just go into the other special edition detail. And to be fair, $350 as a retail price, especially with me, I had to pay $25 shipping and tax. So that made buying this whole thing like $410 or something around that price. But we do have a Bearbrick in here with the 400% and 100% version. So we do have two different Bearbricks, and usually Bearbricks are really expensive, but I love the detail on the box because we do have that kind of like lobster crustacean shell like wetness on it, and I really like that detail on it. And then when you look at the box, it does say Concepts 25th anniversary right there, and I think that's really dope because another inspiration behind the shoe is the fact that Concepts has been around for about 25 plus years, which I think is really dope. And the lobster generation has been around for about 14 years since it came out in 2008, and they're still having this collection going strong, still keeping people hyped many years later. Then when we look at the front of the box, you can see that this kind of looks like a shoe box, which is really dope. So on the sticker tag, it reads as Concepts Bearbrick. Then we have the 100% and 400% made in China. Then we just have like those verification stickers for authenticity and all that type of stuff. Then when we go onto the front of the lid, you can see that Metacon Bearbrick logo. And then finally, we do have another Concepts 25th anniversary logo right there. So now when we open this box, we do have this kind of like sticker QR code for genuine authenticity right here. So I guess you can like tag it to make sure your product is authentic. Then when we remove this plastic lid, I'm gonna first start off with the 100% bear. So we do have the 100% Bearbrick in that lobster colorway with the Concept logo on its belly. And then we have the big body right here, dog, which is basically the 400% version of it, 4 times bigger. And look at that, man. The same exact thing with the Concepts logo right there. So if you're a big Bearbrick collector, this definitely should be in your collection because it's super like classic. This is going to be worth, I think, a lot of money in the future. And I think it's just a really nice touch that Concepts was able to add that detail to their box. And definitely something that you don't see a lot with sneakers. I think the only one that did it was like the Clot Air Force Ones. But you know, other than that, people really don't do it. So I think that is a dope detail right there. And then now, guys, for what you all been waiting for, we do have our Concepts box right here. And it is the standard rainbow Nike SB box. So I'm not gonna really do a full review on that. But the content inside the box is really what matters. So what you do get when you first open the box is 2 wristbands right here. So you do have the Concepts one, and then you have the 20 years one right here, which has been 25 plus years. And what's really cool about this detail is the fact that on the actual shoe, it already comes with a black band. I prefer the black band more than the gray and green band because it just looks more classic. But this is basically a very good detail to replicate what would be done to a lobster so that it doesn't claw you. So if you've ever been to Red Lobster or any type of like fancy restaurant, you would see that in like the tanks, the lobsters would definitely have their claws like wrapped up in a kind of like band to protect the humans that are going to cook it, because those clamps really hurt if you get hit by one of them lobsters. So that's just another really nice detail to know right there. And that one focusing on the details of the shoe. Let's start off with that same toe box. So as I just mentioned, on the toe box, you can see that we do have that black band covering it, and then we do have that orange nubuck toe box right there. Now when we move up onto the shoe, we do have white laces, and then we have that kind of like mesh nylon tongue, and then on the top of that, we do have that Nike SB logo and that orange tag. But what's really interesting to me, at least in my opinion, is the fact that the Nike SB logo is a little bit more moved up. So then there's this open space right below it, which is a little bit weird to me. Then when we look at the lateral side of the shoe, you can see on the mud guard, the eyelet area, and towards the back heel area, we have this kind of like wet looking speckles on it, and that's just again to replicate a lobster being in the sea. And with that beautiful shiny crustacean shell, you could definitely see like the effects of that water, and I think that's just a really nice detail. Like, I do think that Concepts is extremely good at creating a concept and just following through with it. With the Air Maxes, with the previous SB Dunk Low Lobsters, I even like the Kiwi New Balances that they did, which I bought, and I just think they're really good at that type of stuff, and they just pay attention to detail. Then when we look at the Nike check logo right there, you can see that we have this kind of crustacean shell check, and it has this kind of sheen look and feel to it. And then right under that panel, we do have a white Nike check, and it really makes the shoe pop. It's something so simple, and sometimes when I look at it, I think it's like a 3M panel, but it's not. It's just a white Nike check panel, and that's just a really cool detail as well. Then when we go onto the back heel area now, you can see that we have that Nike logo right there and more of that water speckle material on it. Then when we go into the medial side, the same thing pretty much follows suit as the lateral side. Then another detail to note, which I really like about the shoe, is the fact that when you go inside of it, you have this kind of picnic blanket pattern. And also when you look at the insole, it does have this kind of same material. And I just think that's really dope. And then of course with the Nike SB Dunk insoles, we do have that zoom bubble right there. And then overall, the padding of this insole is just super thick and just feels very comfortable. Then when we focus on the midsole of the shoe, we do have an all black midsole, orange stitching between the midsole to make the shoe pop. And then when we go under that, we do have our standard Nike SB Dunk, Air Jordan 1, regular dunk traction pattern. So again, guys, before I conclude this review, let's just go into the right shoe real quick. So with this side of the shoe, the same thing pretty much follows suit, other than the fact that we do get an extra pair of laces. So we do have the standard white laces right here. Then we have the orange lace to match the same color of the shoe. And then we have this teal lace, which I think is really dope. And it may really make the shoe pop a lot, but still look clean. So other than that, y'all, that's pretty much gonna conclude the history and the details of the shoe. So now let's get right into this on for a look, all right? So guys, that's pretty much gonna conclude the review as well as the on for look. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I did making it for y'all. Guys, I have to say that this sneaker is really beautiful in person. All the intricate details, the materials, and all of that is super fire. Again, I do have to say, because I'm always gonna be honest, that with this botched release, this is going to leave a strike mark on this sneaker, unfortunately. But please don't give up hope on Concepts brand. We can only pray for that the general release that's coming in about 9-10 days, that there will be a lot more stock to go around, whether that's on Sneakers app, your local skate shops, and all that type of stuff. These will be in those stores. So other than that, y'all, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Share with your friends and family and all that. And just keep doing what y'all doing to help push the YouTube algorithms and help my channel grow. Guys, I'm shocked that we are at 1,420 subscribers. I really don't want to ask, but I'm going to anyways. As a Christmas gift from me, guys, if you can, let's hit that 1,500 subscriber mark before the end of the year. We're about 80 subscribers away from that milestone. So please, if you guys can, please help your boy out and share with your friends and your family and just keep doing what y'all doing. And other than that, y'all, I love you so much, and I'll catch y'all in the next video. Peace.